God.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Milwaukee Bucks at BMO Harris Bradley Center. Well, for the Bucks, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot.
It's an Eastern Conference battle at the BMO Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee as the Bucks look to work the home court advantage. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. The Knicks will end their road trip here before heading back to New York. And you look at this team, pretty impressive. Certainly a playoff contender with the third-best record in the East.
Well, I think for New York, they've had a dream season. And I think they're only going to get stronger as we approach the postseason.
It really is amazing how far they've come in the course of one season, from afterthought to title contenders.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the court for the Knicks, Freak in at point guard. Porzingis is out there with Maurice Spates. Then it's Anthony, and it's Aflalo in at the two guard. Now here's Freak. And here is Anthony. Freak kicks to Anthony. Clock at 6. They set the pick. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside? Wow! Anthony's got himself on the board with 3 there. Now here's Carter Williams. Playing Sacramento, he was nearly unstoppable. Monroe right side. And it's Spates with the rebound. New York comes into this one following a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Here's Carter Williams. After New York gets the 3, the dish to Middleton. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And that one's good. Freak.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
I don't know. There might be more defense in the warm-ups. Right now, these are just shooting game shots.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. His last outing, he had 8 points. Now Monroe kicks to Antetokounmpo. To end the run. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Last time they met in New York.
And a lot of people thought they were the favorites going into that one, but it ended up being a much tougher game than most anticipated, and they just fell short.
Well, to me it looked like, Greg, they were pretty evenly matched. And you look at how the game ended, I would say I'm not alone in that sentiment. Those are 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
That one misses. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Here's Monroe, and he gets it to go. Monroe's got his first basket. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Anthony, the pass to Freak. Spates with a screen on Carter Williams. Porzingis can't hit.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Bucks have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game. And he can't get the first one.
Taking 2 shots.
And he ends up missing both free throws. The Knicks leading by 3. And Freak throws it down.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And good on the basket. Booking.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Now here's Freak. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line. Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Now here's Carter Williams. 5 points in the game. Monroe had the space there, but it's offline.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Spates. He sinks the 11-footer. Antetokounmpo with the ball. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Middleton dishes to Plumlee. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating and stolen by Aflalo. And pushing it up, here's New York. Anthony leading the charge.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And now your Milwaukee.
Jabari Parker's checked in for the Bucks. And New York with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. Bucks trail by 5. And Middleton kicks to Monroe. It's deflected. Pass to a flower. New York moving the ball around. Here's Freak. 9 points in the game so far. Porzingis passes to Anthony. Dishes it to Freak. Just 5 on the clock. Lopez sets a screen for Freak. And here's a follow for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Milwaukee shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
At the line for your Bucks.
The free throw drops for Monroe. A different look for Milwaukee. Smith comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Mayo in for Chris Middleton. The Knicks also changing it up. Terrence Jones comes in for Porzingis, and Jared Bayless subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. To the inside, here's Bayless. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Bucks trail by 3. Now Carter Williams, 5 points in the game. Passes to Monroe. Carter Williams dishes to Monroe. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. That evens the score. Parker's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Jones with the screen on Carter Williams. Off the screen, rejected by Monroe. And here's the fast break. Carter Williams leading the way. Mayo kicks to Carter Williams. Monroe wide open. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Freak passes to Carmelo. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. Lopez dishes to Freak. Shot to stop the run. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
It's been a nice game for Freak. He's already got 9 points and also a block shot.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the Bucks making a change here. Hollins is checked in, and that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Carter Williams kicks to Parker. And it comes off the front of the rim.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Smith with it. Jones covering. Smith kicks to Parker. Unloads from 9. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Now here's Freak. He's got 11. Back to Anthony. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Anthony's got 7. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's Hollins. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Parker. Good work defensively by Jones.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Now here's Parker. 6 points for him. Can't connect from short range. Anthony, the pass to Freak. Right wing. Bayless dishes to Freak. The shot, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Mayo kicks to Carter Williams. Back to Mayo. Pulls up from the corner. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Bucks lead by 1. New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. We've got 28 seconds left here in the first quarter. Inside, Jones. Rebound by Parker.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Lopez with the block. And here's Freak. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Milwaukee on top, leading by a point. And don't go away. We'll be back with the... And let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career. You kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith different look for Milwaukee. Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Plumlee. Smith comes in for Parker, and Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Ryan Hollins is out there with Smith. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Milwaukee with the ball. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Cavaliers just played phenomenal basketball. He finished with 36 points.